Hello YouTube, this is Astro Patriot, and I'm going to try to go ahead and redo the video that I made about a week ago, and a lot of people said that it was very hard to understand what I was saying in the video. So we're going to start off again here with the JPL site, and this time I'm going to try to see if I can get it zoomed in a little bit more, because I was also told in some of my comments that I cut certain things off that I didn't want shown. Okay, let's see if we can go ahead and zoom in just a little bit more so that we can get a bit of a clear picture. Bear with me here while I try to work through this software. And this is the C2010 X1 Comet Elenin, and this is the projected flight path of the comet as it comes in and swings around in this fashion here and then moves out through this orbit here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take this up just a little bit because I want you folks to see the positioning of the planets here, and try to see if we can go ahead and get Jupiter in there. Okay, good. Now you've got Mars, Mercury, Venus, Earth, obviously the Sun in the middle, Jupiter, and here is your comet Elenin. I'm going to take you quickly to a program that I use, and I want you to notice the alignment here of the planets. Oh, bear with me as we go over to this program here that I use, and I want to get up in this section here and see if I can maybe zoom in a little bit more. And I believe I have the date set correct already for you, but anyway, let's go ahead. Set date. It is 3, the month of March, and today is the 9th. Let me drag this back down here and zoom out just a little bit so that you can go ahead and see the alignments of the planets. Saturn, the Earth, the Moon, the Sun, Mars, Jupiter. Alright, I want you to pay close attention to this alignment here. When I go back to the JPL program, you'll see Jupiter is a little bit further out, and it is in more of this alignment here. And that's where some of the confusion comes from. So back to the JPL program. Bear with me as I work through this, and I need to go ahead and flip the planets in their proper alignment. So you've seen where Earth would be on my program, which is set for today's day in the month and the year. So let's go ahead and shrink that down, and then we'll go ahead and we will align the planets correctly. Now with the Earth, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and obviously further out in this area, Saturn, which is going to appear on my program. It is this particular alignment here that I question. And you can see that Mars to Jupiter, this would be the asteroid belt, but I question the positioning or alignment of Mars and Jupiter and the distance in this particular program, how far the planets are separated. Now, I'm not trying to, badmouth anybody's program here, so you understand where I'm coming from. Here, you would see that the comet, if there was one, and I still don't believe there is, it would be coming in this fashion here, swinging around and coming out in that fashion there. That would be the proper approach for this object, with the planets aligned in their proper location. Let me take you back to the program that I use over here, and again I want you to notice Mars and Jupiter. So let's flip over and drag this back so that I can get you into where these planets are. Bear with me, because if I don't have a clear picture, survival for the family is going to be very angry at me. Here is Mars and here is Jupiter. You can see that in the JPL program they have a wider asteroid belt, and they have Jupiter pretty much in this location here. It makes a little bit of a difference, in my opinion, of where the planets are set up. And again, I'm not commenting bad on anybody's program. Now I want to go over to Google Sky, and I want to go ahead and put in the, actually I've already gone ahead and put in the coordinates for Comet Elenin. Okay, so let's go ahead and get in this area here and zoom in just a little bit and take this up. I'm going to have to slide the page over a little bit so that I can continue to bring this up more. And as time comes, you'll begin to notice that these are today's coordinates for this object. And we'll go up a little bit more, pull back one more time, and let's do this even one more time so that everybody says, Astro Patriot, you didn't go up far enough. You're trying to hide something. And we're going to go ahead and go even further. I still don't see a comet in this location, and I want to go ahead even further. And I'm still not seeing a comet, so let's go even further. Now we're starting to get a little bit further involved, and one more time actually ought to do it before the picture becomes pretty much useless to look at that point. Okay, this would be where Comet Elenin is. I don't see a comet in this location, and I've had a tough time, excuse me, looking for the comet in this location. So let's go ahead and zoom back out of this here really quickly so that I can get you aligned to where I have been looking for this particular comet. Okay, I may have to go to part 1 and part 2 with this here because YouTube just doesn't want to allot the time to put this out, so I'll have to watch my counter, and if we decide I'm going to go part 1, I'll actually put a part 2 as well. Okay, let me just get a little bit more alignment here for you and pull this out. This is the location for Comet Elenin. This is the constellation Virgo. This is the constellation Leo, and over here is the constellation Orion, and here is Betelgeuse. Let's go over to another program here so that I can bring you up the same situation here, and we can go ahead and look at it 2 different ways. Bear with me. I'm going to go in this direction here, and this is Saturn here. Now in the general area, so let me take this back a notch. We'll go up 1. In the general area, I want you folks to notice that Saturn is in this location. Comet Elenin should be in this particular location. You can see there we're at 11 hours, 49 minutes, so we're generally in this area here for Comet Elenin, and I don't see Comet Elenin. Why I have this particular box blocked off is we're going to go ahead and turn the lights on in this location because this is an area here in which I've been looking at some stuff. Let me go to a different map before I turn the lights on and show you what I'm talking about. Again, so you know, Saturn is in Virgo right now. Comet Elenin should be up in this area here. This is the constellation Leo, and once again the constellation Orion. And this would be Betelgeuse. Now this area here that I have boxed off, I'm going to go ahead and turn this into the infrared zone so you can see what I've been looking at. Now I've been scoping. A lot of people have been saying to me, Astro Patriot has Saturn in his pitches. It's nowhere near Comet Elenin. I'm using that as a mere reference for the people who aren't really familiar with the constellations. Saturn is here. Comet Elenin is here. It's not like I'm saying that Comet Elenin is over here and Saturn is over here. So you understand that I'm using this as a reference so we can clear that point up right now. Well, let's go over to the infrared section here and we'll flip this on. Again, now, Saturn, the general, I repeat, general location for Comet Elenin, and then you have this wonderful blacked out area in which I believe that there is a binary star system. Now, I don't have any pictures that present Comet Elenin to me on the internet anywhere. This is a magnificent comet coming, and there should be some pictures of it. So until I can see something more evident, you want me to believe there's a comet here, and you don't want to believe there's a binary system here. But the area is blacked out where I believe we have a binary star system, and if you traverse across into, excuse me, Sorry that happened. You traverse across into this area here. You are, I can get it to hold. This program is a little bit difficult. You are now here in the constellation of Orion. You can see that the yellow indication is telling you that it's Orion. So Betelgeuse would be in this area. This is the area I'm telling you there's a binary star in. And if I just poke back a little bit more, this would be the area where NASA is telling you that comet ELE is located. Again, I have to watch my time, and I'm going to have to go from a part 1 and part 2 to keep them happy. Now, people ask me, how could you have a binary star here, but you're saying that you see a planet orbiting it through Virgo? I'm going to bring you to a program that I use here in just a minute, and I'm going to show you how I could come up with a binary star being here with one of its planets orbiting into the constellation Virgo, and actually out of the constellation Virgo. So let me start by going over to a program here, back, taking you to this, and we're going to go and bring this into motion here in just a moment. What I am saying, that is, I'm going to change the date again, and I'm going to go to November. Actually, I want to use August to begin with. Let's go to August, and I'm going to go to August the 18th. And as I set this, I want to show you the positioning of the planets. So we'll go ahead and we'll set that. Again, I got to keep watch of my time. If I have to do this in part 1, 2, and 3, I'll do it. They have Comet Elenin coming in this fashion here and swinging back out in this fashion here. I have the area, the object that I've been watching, coming in retrograde, so I would see it more coming in this area and swinging out in that fashion. Now, the area that I'm watching that should be coming in retrograde is going to leave a large area of debris in this section here. And I'm going to use this yellow marker to indicate the debris area. So let me go ahead and zoom in so you don't miss this. The yellow marker here would indicate the debris area. As this object moves in between here, it will and should eclipse the sun from the Earth. And because the area is moving slowly, the eclipse could last a little while. That may be what the ancients are talking about, not seeing daylight for 3 days. I don't know. I haven't studied that very much, so I couldn't really get into the ancient part of it. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to use this yellow marker, and this would indicate where the debris field would be. So setting that in motion, you can see what the Earth would be doing. And this, again, is my theory, folks, just my theory. So with that, you can see how the Earth would go ahead and orbit into that debris field. And I think we're going to end this at this time, and I'm going to go ahead and start a second one. So this would be the binary star, my theory, part 1, and let me see if I can get the rest of it done in part 2.